playing days, and you said, that's it, I'm done. I can't go any further. This is it. What made you think, and what made you think I should give this umpiring thing a shot, and why did you finally decide to do it?
Well, originally I wanted to coach when I was done. They say
As all players
like
do.
the
Yeah.
guys that can't play coach, right, type of thing. So that's what I wanted to do originally, and I wanted to stay in the U.S., but didn't work out. So baseball was off of my mind for a long time. So a couple years in, I got back into officiating hockey. Realized that there might be a little bit of a cash thing for me on the side. So the original want to get back in was just to make a little extra cash. I contacted the late great Mitch Ball, as you know, and you've talked about on this show. He got me in to my first clinic. It was in Coaldale at the school. Kind of gave me the ins and outs of where to go with equipment, what kind of shirts, what kind of pants, that kind of thing. And for me, it was an all out or an all in thing. So for me, I told Mitch this, and it was selfish at the time, I guess, looking back, but I didn't want to do the little league stuff. I didn't want to do the mosquito, the bantam stuff. I wanted to jump right in because, number one, I think I had an upper hand because I played. I don't know, like I always compare it to the NHL or hockey now. A lot of the guys that are moving up into the pro ranks, they're all guys who played at a very high level. So major, junior, AHL,
Yeah.
Overseas. And I think as far as an official or a referee or an umpire in any sport, if you have some knowledge of the game at a high level, it's easy to make that transition. So for me, umpiring was something I wanted to do. I didn't want to coach. I didn't want to spend my nights every night, coaching 12-year-old kids that didn't listen to me and their parents thought they were going to the show. And that wasn't for me. I wanted someone to pay me to be there for a couple hours. And I figured I would probably be okay at it, and I would move up fast. And just like what I do now for work, the biggest thing for me also when I quit was giving back. All the people that did the umpiring for me as a player, did all the field work, all that kind of stuff. As soon as I was done playing and realized, the dream is over and you got to actually start working, the goal for me was to start giving back to the people that did it for me, whether that was coaching, umpiring, working on the field maintenance, that kind of stuff. And for me, umpiring was kind of the niche that I fit into. And so far I've been, I guess, pretty successful. I've been in the WCBL, which is probably the best baseball I'll ever do, that we do. This will be going into my third year, and I've only been really umpiring for 5 total. So I guess I'm still a very inexperienced guy in comparison to our elder statesmen like yourself and Oberg, but we all get along good. And I think for me, it's less about the money now and more about, just being available to give back to all the people that gave to me when I was playing. So.
That's one of the things that I don't understand about trying to recruit guys and get guys into the game and everything else, so guys and girls actually, is to try to get people involved in it, that to give back to it, because we forget about a lot of people that did a lot of stuff for free, like actually for free for a long time. I remember when I first got into this, I'm old. When I first got into this back in 1993 or 94, when I first started taking it a little bit seriously, there was guys that were volunteering to umpire games across my parents' house in Fort McLeod, and they were doing it for free because they just thought, my kid wants to play, we need umpires. And I think that that's a thing that's been lost for baseball in our area, and I think it's right across North America, is that people are a tad bit selfish when it comes to and forgetting where they came from and forgetting how the game grew and everything else. Because in Little League Baseball, you don't get paid. Like, it's a thing, it's a volunteer thing. And people forget that you have to have umpires to have baseball games.
Yeah.
And if your kid is playing a baseball game, it's a much better product when there's an umpire. Whether right or wrong or indifferent, it's very important. And I think that's a big thing that's missed, is the selfishness of not, I don't want to say parents, I want to say of ex-players to try to stay in the game and give back to something that a lot of them, like a lot of kids nowadays compared to what it was 20, 30 years ago, a lot of kids get more opportunities now to go south like yourself and play baseball. And when your playing days are over and it's the way to stay in the game, in the game that we both love, and a lot of players just go, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, it's the nostalgia, right? You know, it's the nostalgia of being an umpire. That's kind of the non-cool thing. And I know you've talked about it in previous Hey Blue podcasts, you know, just to get us going here. But for me, it's not about being cool. It's not about making money. Like I said before, it's mainly just to stay involved in the game and give back. Because I think that, especially as a former player, you do have kind of an inclination of what's happening, and you should know the rules. So it should be an easy transition, and I wish the nostalgia wasn't so negative.
Let's